Healthy low-carb diets for beginners. You might be a bit confused on a healthy low-carb diet for beginners. Or wonder whether to eat a low-carb diet, no-fat diet or low-fat diet. In this guide, Healthy Low-Carb Diet for Beginners, will put an end to your confusion. Want to know what to eat on a low-carb diet for beginners? We've got you covered. And how many grams of carbohydrates should you consume per day? Keep reading. For quite a long time, many have believed in the myth that increasing dietary fat could lead to all kinds of health problems, especially heart disease. The food supply reacted by producing all possible foods labeled as fat-free. However, in recent years, many medical professionals have accepted the fact that a low-carb diet for beginners, high-protein, high-fat diet is a much better way to prevent obesity and other chronic diseases. Much research has been done on low-carb diets in people who already have health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. The one thing individuals on low-carbohydrate shares in common is improving in the following. 1. Reduced LDL, bad, cholesterol. 2. Increased HDL, good, cholesterol. 3. Improved triglycerides. 4. Stable blood sugar levels. 5. Weight loss. One best advantage of eating a low-sugar carbohydrate. It encourages you to center on eating whole, real food and eliminate highly processed food. These foods are frequently filled with chemicals, additives, preservatives and artificial flavoring. Studies show that a low-carb diet reduces hunger and is easy to follow. The big question is, what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are fiber, starch, and sugar found in fruits, vegetables, milk, and grains. Carbohydrates are one of the body's three main sources of energy, all of which are proteins and fats known as macronutrients. The body needs macronutrients to function properly. In other words, the body cannot produce the main nutrients on its own. They must be obtained through food. Main nutrients. 1. Proteins, a fundamental component of the body and very important. Eating lots of animal foods will give you all the protein your body needs. 2. Carbohydrates, a quick source of energy for high-intensity workouts. If your goal is to lose weight, then you should minimize your consumption of it. 3. Fat, an excellent source of energy for the human body and vitality. Avoid processed seed oils and trans fats. Most natural sources of omega-3, saturated and monounsaturated fatty acids are nutritious and healthy. Bottom line, carbohydrates are one of the three main nutrients. The main types of carbohydrates in the diet are sugar, starch and fiber. You might be wondering, what is a low-carbohydrate diet for beginners? A low-carb diet involves consuming proteins and fats that contain less than 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. It consists of eating fish, meat, egg, fish, and fruit, moderately. And good fats such as nuts, seeds, avocados and olive oil. It also means not eating highly processed foods, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, and low-fat foods. Do not eat if it contains more than 5 ingredients. Eating leftovers make it easier to adopt a low-carb diet. Cook your meat and vegetables separately and store them separately in the refrigerator. You can mix different meats and vegetables and enjoy a single meal all week. Eat lots of delicious salads. Enjoy romaine lettuce heads. Organic lettuce and various mixed salads available in the produce section. Finish with your favorite protein source or leftovers from the night before. It is always best to prepare your salad with extra virgin olive oil, your favorite vinegar, herbs, mustards and lemons and season with salt and pink Himalayan pepper to taste. Come to think of it, what are foods to avoid? Foods to avoid are as follows. Soft drinks. Ice cream. Sweet. Fruit juice. Bread and pasta, wheat, barley and rye. All foods processed with trans fats, hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil. All vegetable oils. Artificial sweetener. Low-fat, or diet, foods. Low-carb diet foods to eat are as follows. If possible, grass-fed meat, including meat and chicken, salmon and other fish, eggs, fruit, moderately, vegetables, nuts, Greek yogurt, butter and olive oil, coconut oil, dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, 1 ounce. Drinks include coffee, tea and water. Each meal must consist of one of the 3 components. 1. Meat and poultry, eggs, fish and other seafood. Meat and poultry, beef, hamburger, without bread, steak, chicken, turkey, veal. Choose thicker cuts, they are more satisfying. Fish and seafood, salmon, cod, haddock, shrimp, shellfish, trout, tuna, mackerel. In fact, all fish fare better on fatter fish and are richer in omega-3 fatty acids. Eggs. It is recommended to choose eggs rich in omega-3. They are healthier. 2. Fats and oil. Fats and oils, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, lard, olive oil. 3. Low-carb vegetables. Vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, spinach, onions, mushrooms, lettuce, cabbage, cucumbers, kale, etc. Eat your favorite vegetables and try every meal. How does a low-carbohydrate diet work? Following a low-carb diet means that most of your food intake comes from sources of protein and fat. To understand how a low-carb diet works, you first need to understand that when you eat a lot of carbohydrates, your body converts glucose into glycogen and stores it in the liver. When your liver is full, your body stores excess carbohydrates as fat. Limiting dietary carbohydrates forces the body to use the fat it has as fuel by limiting glucose to the muscles. Limiting carbohydrates, reducing carbohydrates to 50 grams per day, cause ketosis. Ketosis is a condition that produces ketones that break down fat as energy. Additionally, low insulin levels are the main reason low-carb diets are so effective. Insulin regulates blood glucose levels, but signals fat cells to build and store fat. Insulin resistance, a hormone common to Westerners, chronically increases hormone levels. Reducing carbohydrates in the diet lowers insulin levels, which are thought to release fat from fat cells, allowing them to use energy. Bottom line, limiting carbohydrate intake, especially highly processed carbohydrates, lowers insulin levels and allows the body to use body fat as energy. You might ask yourself, why would I want to choose a low-carb diet? One of the best reasons for a low-carb diet is to stabilize blood levels throughout the day. The more stable your blood sugar, the lower the risk of fatigue, appetite and weight gain. Do you have a muffin top? Eating a low-carb diet can help mobilize your extra body fat for energy. Stay away from processed, packaged, sugar-free, or low-carb foods that often contain artificial ingredients, preservatives, and fillers. Eat real food, not junk food. Eating a low-carb diet helps you really enjoy whole food, away from processed foods. Below are some low-carb snacks that will make you feel full quickly and easily. Boiled egg. A handful of nuts. Regular Greek yogurt. Small carrots. A slice of Swiss cheese wrapped in a piece of chicken. It is still possible to follow a low-carb diet by eating out. Simply order a fish or a meat main dish with vegetables instead of rice, potatoes and bread. Bottom line, eating a low-carb diet makes it much easier to taste whole foods and avoid processed foods. Good carbohydrates versus bad carbohydrates. There is definitely a difference between salads and ice cream made from vegetables, tomatoes and cucumbers. All of these foods contain carbohydrates, but the good ones are found naturally in fresh vegetables. It is very easy to distinguish between good and bad carbohydrates. Good carbohydrates are high in fiber and are absorbed slowly by the system, preventing blood sugar level spikes. Bad carbohydrates are processed and most of their fiber and nutrients are eliminated. When you eat carbohydrates, you need to focus on the right carbohydrates. They include plant foods such as fruits and vegetables, which are rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber and phytochemicals. However, those who want to lose weight should be aware of tubers, legumes, and whole grains high sugar fruit. Bad carbohydrates include refined, white grains and foods containing added sugar. The best carbohydrates are those that are unprocessed whole foods. Avoid added sugars like artificial sweeteners and high fructose corn syrup used to sweeten baked goods and drinks. However, those who want to lose weight should be aware of tubers, legumes, and whole grains high sugar fruit. Bad carbohydrates include refined, white grains and foods containing added sugar. The best carbohydrates are those that are unprocessed whole foods. Avoid added sugars like artificial sweeteners and high fructose corn syrup used to sweeten baked goods and drinks. The added sugar provides no nutrients and is packed with extra calories. There are lots of fat-free and low-fat products found in the market. What people do not realize is when fat is removed, sugar is added to make the product taste nice. Use the nutrition label to classify good and bad carbs. That sugar on the label indicates the total amount of carbohydrates from all sugars, including fructose, lactose and high fructose corn syrup. What quantity of carbs should I eat in a day? On a low-carb diet, people with average activity levels should limit their consumption to less than 100 grams of carbs per day. If you are very active, want to exercise every day and maintain your weight, the range of 100 to 150 grams of carbohydrates per day works well. For people with metabolic problems, eating less than 50 grams per day will be fine. As mentioned above. Probabilistic. The most ideal approaches to get more fit are to lessen the measure of starches in your eating routine. This naturally reduces appetite without being strict on partial management and calorie counting. You can eat to your satisfaction and still get in shape. Each person is unique and what is working for one person may not work for another. It is important to know the best quantity of carbohydrates that is suitable for your consumption. Here are some examples to consider. Start with 100 to 150 grams of carbs per day. This amount is suitable for people who are reasonably active, lean, and healthy, and want to maintain their weight. However, you can in any case get thinner with this quantity. You can eat a few fruits per day, enough vegetables, some starch vegetables, for example sweet potatoes, healthy grains such as oatmeal. If you really want to lose weight, choose 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. You can still eat 2 to 3 fruits per day. Any vegetables you want. Minimal starchy vegetables. Sticking to 20 to 50 grams of carbs can help you lose weight fast. This amount of carbohydrates is suitable for people with diabetes and obesity. Eating 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates per day causes the body to fall into ketosis and provides the body with ketones. You will easily lose weight, which will reduce your appetite. You can eat any vegetables you want. Some berries, choose organic. Avocado, nuts, seeds, good fat. Bottom line, a low-carbohydrate diet is not an entirely a no-carbohydrate diet. There is room for many low-carb vegetables. Find out what works for you. Different individuals have their misconceptions about low-carb diets. You will find some common misconceptions below. A list of common misconceptions about low-carb diets for beginners. Some nutritionists often say that you should eat a balanced diet, emphasizing the phrase, everything in moderation. When it comes to low-carbohydrate diets, they are often seen as trendy diet, which can be rejected, unattainable or even harmful. Many nutritionists don't accept that a low-carb diet isn't that extreme. A low-carb diet makes sense over a low-fat, balanced diet that counts calories. If you're hungry for a low-carb diet, you can get protein and fiber instead of processed junk food or sweet soda. Bottom line, a low-carb diet is easy to follow, reduces hunger, and helps you lose weight. 1. Ketosis is a condition caused by a low-carb diet, and it causes damage. We often hear that low-carb diets cause ketoacidosis. But it's not ketosis. Eating less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day causes ketosis. When the body does not consume carbohydrates, it releases fat from the fat cells that go to the liver and is converted to ketones. Ketones provide energy to the brain when it cannot get enough glucose from food. Don't confuse ketosis with ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis can occur in uncontrolled diabetes, particularly type 1 diabetes. This is when the body's bloodstream is flooded with large amounts of glucose and ketones. This is a dangerous condition, but it has nothing to do with a low-carb diet. Ketosis is a good thing and you shouldn't be afraid. Bottom line, if you want to get ketosis, you need to eat less fruit. Ketosis is a natural phenomenon and should not be confused with ketoacidosis, which only occurs in uncontrolled diabetes. 2. No significant weight loss, only water weight are lost on a low-carb diet. Some nutritionists claim that a low-carb diet causes weight loss only in water. This is the situation in the first week. Glycogen stored in the liver and muscles, including adherent water, is depleted. Additionally, insulin levels drop, forcing the kidneys to release some of the water and sodium they contain. However, your abdomen, where dangerous fat accumulates in the body, the accumulation of fat in the body continues to reduce. Bottom line, a low-carb diet helps flush excess water out of the body in the first week and continue to lose weight from stored body fat. 3. Absence of essential nutrients in the body is caused by low-carb diet. Another misconception of some nutritionists is that a low-carb diet leads to a deficiency of essential nutrients. In fact, the opposite is true. Grains can interfere with the absorption of calcium, zinc, and iron. Avoiding grains such as wheat can lead to better vitamin D levels, as wheat can lower levels of this very important vitamin in the blood. The low-carb diet does not contain wheat. And it does not rob the body of nutrients. Due to the high content of vegetables, the body receives a lot of nutrients and antioxidants. Additionally, raw, natural fatty foods such as meat, fish, eggs, and nuts are high in nutrients, including fat-soluble vitamins, which are often not found in low-fat diets. You actually eat vegetables with every meal. Bottom line, a low-carb diet allows you to eat plenty of nutritious vegetables. And also, high-quality protein that provides all the nutrients your body needs. 4. Saturated fats are high in a low-carb diet, making dangerous. Some nutritionists disagree with the consumption of meat and eggs that are high in cholesterol and saturated fat. These foods are said to increase the risk of heart disease, raise LDL cholesterol, and cause other health problems. The truth is, cholesterol and saturated fat aren't bad. In fact, a 2010 study found no association between heart disease and saturated fat. Bottom line, a low-carb diet is actually the body's preferred fuel source, thus reducing blood-saturated fat. Low-carb diets, LCHFs, like keto and paleo offer the following health benefits. Body fat reduction. Low blood pressure. It improves the symptoms of diabetes by lowering blood glucose levels. Reduction of triglycerides. Increases HDL, good, cholesterol. You might wonder, should I be afraid of eating fat? Over the years, we have learned to eat most calories and fat-free or low-fat foods. It does not matter. The idea was, fat makes you fat. Unfortunately, more people have gained weight and developing heart disease and diabetes. But fat is not an enemy. In fact, you need fat in your diet for the following reasons. 1. Vitamins and minerals are absorbed from the foods we eat, such as vitamins A, D, E and K. 2. Omega-3 essential fatty acids, from fatty fish such as salmon, are precursors to many hormones and chemicals produced by the brain that affect our behavior and mood. 3. The brain needs fat to create a protective myelin sheath that insulates neurons and to form a cell membrane. 4. A good source of unsaturated fats are almonds, avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, hazelnuts, walnuts and peanuts. 5. Coconut oil is a saturated fat and has many health benefits such as brain, immune system, thyroid, heart, and skin support. 6. Fat adds flavor and texture to food and makes it feel full for longer time. Have you ever noticed that after an hour following a low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet you become hungry? A moderate fat, high-quality protein, and low-carb diet can make you feel full and make it difficult to overeat. Bottom line, the recommendations to eat low-fat or non-fat foods are incorrect. Another question: is a high-protein diet equivalent to a low-carb diet? Protein is an important component in building lean muscle tissue and yield results when combined with exercise. Your body usually burns carbohydrates for energy. However, if you reduce carbohydrates, your body will become ketosis. Your body burns its own fat as fuel and stores fat as a major source of energy while you weight loss. Bottom line, a high-protein diet can be combined with a low-carb diet by focusing on high-quality protein and lots of vegetables without the use of processed foods. Is a low-carb diet good for everyone? If you're considering a low-carb diet, consider protein and fiber. Related studies have consistently shown that low-carb diets reduce the risk of disease and promote weight loss. Unlike the low-fat diets alone that is still recommended by health authorities around the world. However, the low-carb meal plan isn't the standard solution. What works for certain individuals may not work for other people. A lot of persons have tried a low-carb diet but didn't enjoy it. Because they didn't get the results they expected or simply because they felt sick. However, a low-carb diet can negatively affect the MATs of physically active people. For example, anaerobic athletes need more carbohydrates than those who tend to sit down. Basically, not everyone is exactly the same and has different nutritional needs based on their physical needs and fitness goals. Do I need to exercise? Exercise is not compulsory for losing weight on a low-carb diet. But exercise is good for you. Go to the gym at least 3 to 4 days a week and try stretching after your workout. If you don't know which exercise to perform, we recommend that you consult a certified trainer. Weightlifting is a great way to maintain strength, burn calories, and speed up your metabolism. Studies continue to prove that a low-carb diet helps the body to lose significant amounts of body fat while building muscle tissue. The calories you burn is determined by the muscle you have. Researchers continue to prove that exercise is important for all body systems, including the endocrine, respiratory, cardiovascular, and musculoskeletal systems. Additionally, exercise has a positive effect on mood and brain function, reducing anxiety and depression. It's highly important to stay strong as you get older. The medical advantages of exercise are unending and include lower high blood pressure, lower cholesterol, build and maintain strong and healthy muscles, joints and bones, improves psychological health, reduces the risk of heart disease, helps prevent cancers such as colon and breast cancer, helps maintain a healthy weight, reduces the risk of developing diabetes. Bottom line, there are many healthy ways exercise can help your body. Therefore, for best results, combine a low-carbohydrate diet with enjoyable physical activity. A simple plan to lose weight. 1. Do not drink calories, such as milk, soda or fruit juice. But coffee, tea and water are good. 2. Avoid sugar, grains and starch and limit your fruit intake. 3. All meals, proteins, fats, vegetables. 4. Maintain less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. 5. Exercise. The combination of strength training and cardio is perfect. This is mostly water weight, but you can expect to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the first week. So, depending on the level of rigor, the amount of exercise you do, and the weight you need to lose, steady weight loss of 1 to 3 pounds per week is fine. Conclusion. Many people, regardless of their origin or health, benefit from a low-carb diet. It works well for persons with diabetes, metabolic syndrome or overweight or obesity. This guide has shown that a low-carb diet is easier to follow and maintain than a low-fat diet. Summary: a low-carb diet is the simplest, healthiest, and most effective way to reverse metabolic disorders and lose weight. If you like this guide, I will like you to do one thing. Please let us know by leaving a comment. If you already have health problems like diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome, a low carbohydrate diet will be of help. I really want you to be healthy again soon. Before you go, I will love to hear from you in the comments section below. If you have any experiences, questions, comments, suggestions, etc., which you would like to share, please leave some comments. I promise to reply. Thank you for your time.